No.
Maybe you remove it.
You not show?
No.
Wow.
It's showing red.
How about the changes? The change China again. Still not showing.
Still not showing.
Can it be the code? Seems like it's the code.
It was charging there now. Wow, 7%.
I'm live.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello, good evening. Oh, thanks for joining me at this time. You're welcome to Straight Talk with Seyi Senuga on the African Portal, South Africa. I want to appreciate you for joining me every week. Thanks for being here. Oh, thank you, Mr. Joshua Oluso. I appreciate you, sir, for your efforts, the privilege you have given me to be live on this show. Yes, today, by the grace of God, we shall be looking at the topic we were treating the other day on the last episode, um, embracing maintenance culture. Embracing maintenance culture in marriage. Yes, embracing maintenance culture in marriage. So without wasting more time, I would like to read out my introduction, and then we'll take it up from there. I remember the last time we iterate the things that we need to look into, and then how we can actually be together as a couple in holy matrimony and still maintain that which we cherish so much. That thing you saw at the first time you met that sister or the brother, okay? The importance of maintenance can never be overemphasized in our day-to-day living, starting with home appliances, office equipment, factory machines, building structures, human body, clothing, shoes, cooking wares. The list is endless. This happens to be my introduction, and then if you are in any relationship at all, there is need for maintenance. And if you are using anything as we speak, anything at all, be it your office furnitures, be it your home appliances, you will agree with me that they need maintenance. When it comes to machines, factory machines, you will agree with me also that if you continue to use a particular machine for a long time without necessarily checking it up, maintaining it, calling in the engineers, it's just a matter of time. You will lose that particular machine will give issues, will start giving you issues, will start giving problem, will start giving you signs. At first it will give signs. I need to be touched, I need to be repaired. Maybe that machine needs oiling, needs cleaning, needs servicing. So when you don't respond on time, then the machine can actually break down. Just like your car, for instance. If you're using a car and you choose not to maintain, you don't check the water level, you don't check your engine oil, you don't check anything, the engine is giving you signs, you want to start your car, it's making one funny sign, the sound is not as it used to be. When you ignore all these signs, I can bet you just be driving one day and the thing will just stop. And then most of the time when it comes to car, it does not just stop like that. It affects the engine. So the same thing applies to human body. You can, if you want to really understand this topic, you can take all these things I've mentioned, your office furniture, your home appliances, your office equipment, your factory machines, into consideration and try to see if all these things and does not even have mouths to speak for themselves, they can actually react, they can actually give signs like we need to, you need to do this, you need to, I need this, I need that. And you, if you are very careful and sensitive, you take precautions and you start working on them. If those things that does not have mouth to speak for themselves can actually do all of that, what about that human being in your life? Remember the topic says embracing maintenance culture in marriage. So Let's assume you are a man watching me right now. What is that thing that needs to be maintained in order to be sustained and to last in the life of your partner? Are you a woman watching me? What is that thing that you need to work on? What is that thing that you need to check? What is that thing that really attracted you? And now the thing is no longer there. Not because that person is no longer good looking, but because you just don't want to work on it, you don't want to do anything about it. Oh, some people feel like, oh, since I buy this particular bag, I bought it with my money, so the bag will save me. And you start packing a lot of things inside that same bag. You pack so much, the thing is so heavy. Even you carrying it, you feel the heaviness. And yet, you feel like if you are feeling the heaviness in your hand, the bag is not feeling it because the bag is not talking. Do you want to wait until your bag starts talking, starts speaking? Can you wait? If you get your bag, say, I am too heavy, or you want to slow, kill me. So don't wait until that time. So these are the things that we're talking about today, honestly. Okay? So back to my introduction, all these things, shoes, cooking, wears, and all of that. So if you have them, you need to maintain them. Like a kitchenware, there's some non-stick pots that when you use them, even as much as it's non-stick, the English is just telling you that when you are cooking, even if your food gets burnt, it will not stick on the pot. As in, it will be very easy for you to remove. That is the meaning of non-stick. That does not mean that you cannot get something burnt on it. So when you have such pots, you are careful with the way you wash, with the way you scrub. You don't wash them the same way you wash normal aluminum pots. Okay, so we will tailor our topic today to suit a marriage scenario, like I said, married or couple. So if you're a married person, you're watching me, this topic is for you. And if you are single, you're watching me right now, this topic is to help you to prepare your mind, to know those things that you need to look out for and to work on when you are finally settled. When we leave out the spiritual angle in any marriage union, another important connection between a man and woman is attraction. Somehow, the man likes something about the woman and vice versa. This one is talking about, yes, as children of God, we always talk about you knowing the mind of God about that person you want to journey with. Yes, and this will bring me to, let me appreciate the African porter today. South Africa, and I don't do well. I've been saying your host. Yes, thanks so much for celebrating me and my husband today. Today happens to be our 17th year wedding anniversary. Okay, so back to my topic right now. There's something that's attractive to that person. I'm not saying that everybody looks attractive. There's some people that you don't even pay attention. They're not looking in that direction. And God still say, this is your partner. It happens like that. There are people that they are just maybe your neighbors, people that you know, maybe you met at work, or people that are just maybe you're in the same team, you work in the same team, maybe in your church, in your office, and you have nothing, there's nothing, how would I put this now? There's no affection. Okay, let me use that word. You just like them for who they are. You have no mind to go out with that person, to marry that person, but you are just together, you work together. And if God says you should go ahead and marry such a person, God, and as children of God, that is a very good thing to do. That is a very good way to walk with your father. Okay, but even at that, even when that is not what is part of why you are praying about settling down with this person, most of the time, it could be the heart of service, the passion that person has towards the things of the kingdom. It could be the way the person is so zealous about his or her work. It could be the virtuous aspect of that person to business. And it could mean sometimes, maybe at first sight, you see that person and you're like, there's something about this person. You may not be able to place your hand on it. So what I'm saying is that apart from the spiritual angle, which has to be with, has to do with you hearing clearly or having this impression in your spirit that this is who God wants you to settle down with. There are other things when you look beyond that, when you look beyond God speaking to you through the scripture, opening your eyes of understanding, shining His light in your path to let you know why and how this thing will be. There is something about this person. I'm very sure that, for instance, if you are a man and you want to marry, if God show you, no matter how spiritual you are, if God will show you somebody that you know in your environment that person always make nuisance of herself. As a man, you would want to know why God would choose that person for you. But if this person that you know is very, very humble, very, very quiet, very, very industrious, is a career lady, or maybe somebody that you just know for one good thing or the other, when God says this is what is whom I have planned for you to marry, even if you want to pray, there's this assurance, there's this kind of settlement in your mind that, okay, there's nothing bad about her anyway, except if it's not the will of God. Are we communicating right now? Okay, so that being said, there's a place for attraction. So that is where we are going today. What is that thing? I will name them one after the other. Passion for the things of God. Passion for the things of God. Passion for this person is always there. When it comes to prayer, or maybe her particular department or his department, the person is always there. The person is always either always available or always willing to do something for the expansion of the kingdom. And if it has to do with job, with work, this same person is always ready to do something either for herself, for himself, or for the society, or for people around him or her. So all of this put together are the qualities you see as a person. First and foremost, apart from the fact that this is the will of God for you. So when you put all of this together, you are already making an headway, and you are like, oh, okay, you know why God is asking you to do this. Passion for the things of God could be one of the reasons. Prayer life of that person could also be another reason. Dress sense, there are people that they just like this person because of his dress sense, because of her dress sense. She doesn't just dress anyhow. We have a lot of people today that are just dressing anyhow. They appear anyhow. When you see them, you are staring, not because they are good looking, but you are thinking in your mind that, is this person normal? As in, does this person actually came out of a house with human beings? So you start thinking. So maybe it is dress sense that attracts you. Hairstyle, haircuts, it could be hairstyle. We have some people that they just love natural look. We have some women that whatever has to do with makeup, it is not their calling. It is not their calling. They don't just like, no, they don't just like anything attache on their face. So they want to look natural. And maybe it is that natural look that attracts the man to them. And some women, they just want their hair natural. Natural hair, no plaiting, no weaving, nothing. They are on low cuts and they are good to go. So if that is what attracts you, or if that is what you are looking out for, of course, when you see one, even if that person is not the right person, then your attention will be drawn to that area. Okay? And some just like their hair, even when they want to plait or they want to weave, whatever, it will just be natural. And we have some men who also appreciate that. They say, no, I don't want any attachment to my wife. I just want the wife to dress looking good, make moderate hair, look nice, and look presentable at all times. So is that what is attracting you or attracted you to that person? Or facial expression. There are some people that are so moody, not because they are sad, that is their face. They didn't take note of that over time. And then as time goes on, they started having this look on them, and it's becoming their face, it's becoming the way they look. So when you look at them, they don't look joyful. So when you see this other person, you wouldn't know where the person is going through stuff. It's always smiling, always happy, looking out for other people, checking out on other people, checking up on them, following up new members in church. You just like the way the person is doing. That does not mean that person does not have issues or does not have personal issues that the person is dealing with. But you just like the facial expression of that person. Each time you see the person, caring ability. Maybe the person is hospitable. The person cares about others, care about the flock, the shepherd, the flocks, and care about things and people around him or her, or even care about his family, care about her family. Because if you know that whoever will not appreciate people around him or her, will not celebrate them, will not also celebrate you. So you see that and like, oh, this person always celebrates people, always look out for people, always care to know what people are going through, what is going on in the life of others. And so you are so passionate about that because the person is passionate about it. You also love that person in that regard. Okay? Respect for others. Maybe the person have respect for others. The person show respect to people. Each time you see this person is always giving honor to whom honor is due. Does not respect people, does not look down on anyone, always show respect. Maybe that is what you look and you see or you saw in this person. Or sense of humor. Person is jovial, friendly. When the person is around, no dull moments, nobody is sad. Maybe the person has this sense of humor and always wants to make people around him or her happy. Or it could be that. Or intelligence. Is it the intelligence mind? Whenever you're discussing issue, this person always have a way of making people see the right thing in that topic, making people to know the best way to approach that project. And you're like always like, wow, whenever this person is around, whenever the person opens his mouth to speak or to say something on any topic, the person always makes sure that you are comfortable, not forcing his or her idea on you, but making you see things from the very good point of view, making you see from the intelligent mind, and then you're like, wow, this person is blessed. Is that what attracted you to that person? Or is it what is attracting you to this person? So how do you maintain? How do you maintain all these attributes? How do you maintain them when you finally settle down with this person? Talking about the person that is passionate about the things of God, how do you cope? How do you maintain that? I always encourage ladies, by the grace of God in my ministry, that let the world, let people around you, let your families and friends know your purpose. Start announcing it. Start announcing it. You'll become an hypocrite if all your years as a single lady, you are quiet, you go to work, you come back, you eat, you sleep. Maybe you go to church, you attend church service. You have no ministry, you are not doing anything apart from you going to church on Sunday and coming back, maybe attend midweek service. Nobody knows any other thing about you. And suddenly you got married. Who knows whether this man, like what we have been saying since, maybe this man actually saw that attribute in you. I want to marry you. And then you are married. All of a sudden, after your honeymoon, you are announcing to your own husband, honey, I need to go on to missionary field. I need to travel. I need to go to some villages to evangelize. I am sure that man will ask you, where is that coming from? So that is why I always encourage people around me, please start announcing it. You are single, yes, this is the right time for you to start. You are not married, yes, this is the right time for you to start. Even as a teenager, start living the life of purpose. As God called you to do anything for Him, start doing it in your own little way. And when people come around you, let them know this is what God has called you to do. Don't keep quiet about it. So, how do you maintain those attributes? Like in the case of the person that is passionate about the things of God, how do you encourage that person? How do you maintain it in marriage? You maintain it by being supportive, by reminding the person what that person has been doing and saying, oh, you need to do this. Okay, this thing is coming up, so months. What are your plans? Ask questions. Ask for how do you want the person to support you, to help you. Or ask the person, how do you want me to come in? Let's assume, okay, for instance, let me paint the picture like this. Let's assume your partner is into welfare ministry, those that distribute food, clothing to people, and the person has been doing it before you come together. And you still want that person to continue in that light. So you can actually ask questions like, when is your next outreach? Okay, what are you planning to give? How much do you have? Do you need my support? Like how much? What are you buying? You can even follow the person to the market if you have the time. That is how to maintain that attribute. That maintenance culture has to extend into your marriage. You need to continue doing it, being supportive. You need to continue being supportive. You can't say, it's because now we are married, we have a lot of responsibilities. You are trying to shrink and to shut that person up, which God will not be happy with. So as long as you want God to be happy with you and you want to be supportive in that marriage, you need to follow that person. You need to support that person. You need to lend a helping hand. And if that person is a prayer type, like that one number 2 for today, if that person is very prayerful, you don't let that person come into marriage and the person stop praying. No, it doesn't work like that. In fact, now is the time to pray more. So if you marry a praying partner, support that person in the place of prayer. Encourage that person. Now you are married, a lot of things are coming in, there are so many changes, but that does not mean you should leave the place of prayer. That is your powerhouse. That is your powerhouse. You need to keep that altar burning, not because that person loves to pray, but because you also need it. And for that your partner to be a praying partner is an advantage. Yes, it is an advantage to your home. You need to just buy into it, support that person, and then you will move on and God will help you. Then what about dress sense? Does that person love to look good? You don't have to be expensive and you don't have to rob the bank. You don't have to go bankrupt for you to look good. You don't have to go bankrupt for you to look good. You can actually look good. You can actually look good with that you have. If you are neat with what you have, you will always look presentable. So you don't have to break the bank. Maintain what you have. Like the Bible says, there's time for everything. Maybe what you can afford for now, it is this particular kind of clothes. All you need to do is to make sure that you always look presentable. You always look neat, well ironed, the one that needs ironing, well ironed, and you bathe on time. You don't smell awful. Take good care of yourself. So you will still look good. You will still look good. I remember somebody said something when I was single. I would like to share at this particular point in time. And this one, I want to join in with this dress sense with hairstyle, haircut. Okay, because it has to do with hairstyle as at that particular time. As a single lady, I love braids. When I mean braids, I'm not talking about attachment alone. I'm talking about when I'm plaiting my hair, I want it very tiny. I don't know if you heard of this name, Shade Adu. Shade Adu is a musician by name, a Nigerian musician, but she has this hairstyle that's really reigned while growing up. So I love this particular hairstyle. You can add beads, you can add accessories to it, but the essence of the name is that the hair, when you plait it, the hair makes you look as though you are on low cut, like what I'm wearing now. But this one is a bit big. But that time, I have the time. I do my hair very early in the morning, and it's very hard for people to know when I go to salon. I'm a very busy person. As a secretary, I close late, and then I have to go to work Mondays to Saturdays. And so a lot of people find it difficult to know when do you make your hair, Seyi? And I make my hair. That time, my secret was my hairdresser knows me very well. So our shop is in my house, but she doesn't stay in our house. She's married. So what does she do? She'll tell me I should come to her place very early in the morning. So I go to her place very early in the morning. I'm talking about 5 a.m. So she plaits the front row, every place here. She plaits the braids at the back. Then I will go back home, take my bath, ready for the office. Then she will come to the house, which is her shop now, open up. Then she does the other things, maybe steaming, putting the bees and everything. So when I appear in my office in the morning on Saturday, they always ask me, "Sheyi, just tell us when you make this hair." Because I will be at work. It's 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Then in the next morning, I'm in the office with my beautiful hair. I'm telling you. So this particular conversation happened between me and one other choir master. We went for choir masters meeting in Ikorodu in Lagos State, Nigeria. And then, I don't know, this person has been observing me. We're actually waiting for one of us to take us to his new house. We want to dedicate and pray. And then while in the car, waiting for another person to join us, our leader actually at that particular time, our head at that particular time said, "Sheyi, there's something she would like to tell me." He's a married man, and he said, "I want to advise you that there is never a time I will see you, that you're coming for mass choir rehearsal, that you're coming for choir masters meeting, that you're coming for any meeting at all. Whenever we come together, that I see you, your hair in particular always look new. Your hair always look new." He now said, "I know one day you will get married, and maybe it's possible that maybe your husband is not this kind of person that always look into your hair and always want to know the kind of hair you make. You know, there are some men that they are very, very good and they ask you questions about other things, and there are other things that they are not really conversant with. So if you marry such a really see anything big deal about your hair." And he went further to say, "But eventually your husband does not give you money to make hair." I won't forget that conversation. Please don't be angry with him. Whatever he gives you or whatever you have, please make do with it and still look good. And I smiled. I appreciated it. I said, "Thank you, sir." Yes. I remember that conversation very well because it was very, very vital, and it is still vital. I don't complain about my hair. I don't complain. I try as much as possible to look good. And apart from ministry, my kind of business also do not allow me to look anyhow, because I also want to advertise what I do. So most of the time, whatever I wear, they are my handwork. So I try as much as possible to look good. But that does not mean that if you're not in fashion line, you cannot look good. That is what I said earlier, that you can actually make do with what you have. Like that advice the man gave me. You don't have to make it compulsory for your partner to be the one paying for your hairstyles every time or paying for your outfits, your dressing every time. I've had some single ladies said, "Oh, my friend is the husband when they were planning to get married, is the one that bought all the wedding gown, pay for the hall, do this, do that." That works for that person. It may not work for you. Maybe your own partner may need your assistance in that area, in one area or the other. Just may not be to buy the wedding gown. It could be to fix one or two things. It could be to bring money together and settle some bills. You don't live your life based on the lifestyle of others. You are unique. And so you need to live your life standing out on your own and making impacts and not forcing anything on anyone or making life difficult for your partner. So we've discussed dress sense, hairstyle. So as a husband to a woman, if you are watching me, what are those things you saw in her? Can you still maintain it? Are you still maintaining it? Does she always look good? And those are the things that, as a part of the thing that attracted you, that also maybe that encourage you to go ahead. Are you still maintaining it? Are you still seeing it? We have some women that they have good dress sense when they were single, but now that they are married, they don't care. They're like, "Who is looking at me? Who knows me? Ha! A lot of people know you. You are a superstar, man. For that man to marry you, you are a superstar. For that woman to marry you, sir, you are a superstar. So you need to still look good. Man, look good for him. Don't say because you're in the house, you just tie your wrapper on your breast, making it flappy, you don't dress decently, you just do anyhow. No way. You still need to look good. You are the queen in that palace. So you don't accept, I don't think you have seen any queen on your streets dress anyhow, or at an occasion look anyhow, or appear anyhow. So you are the queen in that palace. That's your home, is your palace. You need to look good and make everything around you presentable, look good and neat. Not just you dressing up and the house is awful. Not you looking good and every other person in your family, they are looking tattered. No. You need to take care of everybody, and that includes your spouse. Okay? Facial expression. What are the things, excuse me, what are the things that make you happy, that you always smile about? And then whenever you are in the confine of your home, you don't do that, you don't smile. Maybe you need to check what's really stir anger in you. What are those things that stir up anger in you? If it's something that you need to deal with spiritually by praying, you go ahead. If it's something that you need to work on, or you need to sit your partner down to discuss, you need to do that, because it is not good for you to smile, be happy when you are at work, when you are in church, when you are on the street, when you are with your neighbors, and as soon as you step into your house, you look moody. It is not good. You need to be happy. If you are happy with people outside, you should be happy with your close relatives, and that includes your spouse. Okay? Do you love? You have love for people? Do you care? Have caring ability? Do you respect others? What is happening now? Is it that your spouse sees that respect in you, see the way you honor people, but you don't honor his own family? What is wrong? What is going on? You need to maintain that attribute. You need to maintain that culture. You need to maintain it. Whatever it is that is good that you do before you marry, you must continue to do it when you are married. You must pray for the grace, the ability, and the capacity to continue to do it. And sense of humor, like that, this one can be linked to facial expression. So you can have this beautiful face, you smile, but you are not the type that joke. There are people that no matter how beautiful or how hilarious a joke sounds, they don't laugh. They don't laugh. But you know, smile looks good on you. So try to crack your ribs to make it rejuvenate. Okay? So that is one of the things you need to look out for. This you need to engage in. Okay? Intelligence. And this sometimes we see some men that instead of seeking opinion from their wives, they tend to like, what does she have to offer? Have you asked her? Have you considered putting it on the table? Let's discuss it, or just chip it in, see what she has to say. You didn't marry a dumb skull. You didn't marry a dumb skull. As far as that person is in your marriage, in your life, as your spouse, you need to carry that person along. Let me tell you, if you want to go far in life, either in ministry, either in career, either in business, you need to carry your spouse along. The moment you make a mistake of not carrying your spouse along on that journey, you won't go far. You will just be a loner. You will just be on your own. Yes, you might be succeeding. People might be clapping for you. People might be appreciating you. But in the sight of your partner, you are an hypocrite, man. You are an hypocrite, son. Imagine you, for instance, being a pastor or general overseer of a very big church, and then your partner is just lagging behind. You are always there at the forefront, but your partner is lagging behind. Your partner is not anywhere. She's not any of the ministers. He is not any of the ordained deacons. And you are the general overseer, and that person is just sitting in the congregation or just sitting somewhere. It's just a matter of time, sir. It's a matter of time, man. It's a matter of time. Those people that put you in that position, they are the one that will mock you and say you are not man enough, or you are not a good wife. So you need to carry your partner along. If it is this business, you don't have to do the same business. You don't have to be in the same line of business. After all, you study different courses in school. You don't have to be in the same line of business, but you can be together. Your partner knows what you are doing part time. He knows the next meeting you are having with the board of directors. He knows the next meeting you are having with your staff. He knows what you are planning to do. He knows the next the business you want to unveil, the next line of your business you want to unveil. He knows everything. She knows everything. That's what I'm talking about. You don't have to do the same business together, but you can actually work together. You need your partner. You need your partner. There is power in agreement. The Bible says one shall chase 1,000, but it said two shall chase 10,000. Do you see that mathematics? The Bible did not say one shall chase 1,000 and two shall chase 2,000. That is our own human mathematics, our own arithmetics. That is our own multiplication. But in God, it is more than that. What you will achieve with the help of your partner is far way beyond two. The Bible says 10,000, that two shall chase 10,000. It simply means that the effect, the blessing is massive. The lives you will touch, the lives you will affect with your ministry is very huge, is massive. With God by your side and with your partner, and you are not successful, ma. You are not successful, sir. If everybody loves you except those in your house, except your partner, if you have anything to settle in your home, please, after this broadcast, go ahead and settle it. Because you can't tell God that I am doing your work and you leave your family. I always say, whenever I have the opportunity to speak, that after God, it is family before ministry. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that I prioritize my children, my husband, above what God has called me to do. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm telling you that if anything should happen in my home today, my family will feel it first before any other person. So who am I deceiving? I need to keep my house in order. I need to keep my home in order so that people outside will not mock me. So that even my spouse will not say, oh, don't mind her, she's an hypocrite. Are we getting the picture? So what is that thing that you see in your partner's side? What did you see in your partner, man? What is that thing that you love them? Is it his zeal for prayer? Is it his zeal for the house of God? Is it the things that he does for his community? Is it the thing that how he puts his family together, extended family, taking care of them? Now you are in that family. Are you still supporting him? Are you still encouraging him? Or you're the type that say, when you will give all the money to them, what are we going to spend? You need to be supportive. Maintenance culture in marriage goes beyond your home appliances. It goes beyond your own furniture. It goes beyond your kitchenware. It goes beyond whatever it is that you can name. It has to do with you. You first. You are representing your home. If you are a woman watching me, you are a queen in that palace. If you are a man watching me, you are a king. And how you rule your territory determines how far your authority will go in the open. It will determine. So, maintenance culture in marriage is something that we cannot overemphasize. I hope that someone out there has been blessed with this broadcast today. So don't forget, if there is anything that you love about your husband, make sure that that thing still keep flowing. Make sure that you are still helping him to keep the fire burning. If there's anything you love about your wife, the wife of your youth, make sure that you are supporting, you lend a helping hand and help her to continue to keep the fire burning. Because together, the two of you shall chase not 2,000 or 10,000 according to the scripture. I hope you have been blessed with this broadcast today. Till I come your way, same time, same station, next week by God's grace, I remain Seyi Senuga. Keep making Jesus proud. God bless you.